Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Roi Et Province. We're right near the border between Roi Et and Sisaket. And what we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at an Arogyasala, the old hospital temple from the Khmer. This one was built, they think, around 1186. They found this inscription in the stone that said that. So it was built under the reign of King Jayavarman VII. This is Kukatanam. And we're going to walk through here and we'll see what we see today. I had no idea about this temple. I saw this from the road and then I spotted this off in the trees. And so I did a U-turn, came over here to take a look at it. Now this is a modern Buddhist temple and it has the Arogyasala built on the temple grounds. And what's cool is it has actually like a little information center right here. Now the important images are not on site anymore, but they found some cool stuff. So here's some of the stones that were on the temple ground and some of the laterite, and they found the like the hospital Buddha on the site, and they also found that image right there that was made out of white sandstone. It was 114 centimeters high, the Arogyasala, or however you say it. And they found the inscription that did date it back to 1186. And it's kind of cool. They got a lot of information here in English and in Thai. And then they have some pictures of it. So they did a little bit of renovation on it, but there hasn't been a whole lot done. They got some pictures of whenever they were doing some excavation. Now, most of the stuff on site is not carved. Like all the lintels and everything are not carved. And this is kind of an anomaly. This hospital temple was out on its own. Most of them were built in an important settlement. This one here, they say the nearest settlement was 2.5 kilometers away. So it's kind of a little bit strange that it was built in the location that it is. Yeah, this is the first thing I saw, and it's next to a modern Buddhist temple that's locked up. And it has some of the stones that they use for renovation over here. And then there's another pile over there, but I didn't see anything that was carved. And then it's kind of funny, they got the buffalo out here grazing alongside of the road. So this is all modern, but it's kind of cool to see a little shrine like this. You see the Naga has the rail here, and then the Shiva Linga here. And you got the Hindu elements. And check out the Shiva Linga right there. Yeah, this would have been the lotus bud that would have been on the top of it. And then there's the pond right back behind. And this is a replica of the four-armed deity that would have been in the middle of it. And that's the one that was originally carved out of white sandstone. And then the Shiva Linga. That's kind of cool. It has the little Ganesh here, all the normal stuff for Hindu elements. All right, let's go and let's walk in there now. Yeah, when I first saw this, I knew it was a hospital temple. I saw the little pond right here, and then I saw the layout, and I knew right away that it was a hospital temple. There's a little data right up over here talking about how this is a registered historic landmark from 1935, but it became official in 1983. With the hospital temples, the layout here. So it'll have an entrance to the east, and this is the gopura, or the entrance. Now there should have been an entrance right there also, but it doesn't look like they've restored it. They put one back right there. Okay, let's go through. So this is all uncarved. Either that or they put new stones here under the restoration. This would have been carved. These would have been these big sandstone blocks right here. They would have carved them, made them into like octagonal shapes and put the floral patterns and everything else. These would have been carved. And then you would have came in here, and they do have a pedestal sitting here, so they would have had an image sitting right here, and then there would have been images in the two smaller ones right here. And then those are all uncarved. Yeah, there's not any styling here. This is all the way they carved them though. Here, you see how they notched them to fit those upper things. And it has the holes in it that they would have used to move them around. And then you had a crucifix here on the ground, and then this would have went into the central tower. And then over here is the library. And all the hospital temples have these elements. They has the pond, has the library, has the wall, the gopura, and then the center tower. And you can see the construction here. So this would have been a lotus bud. I've seen probably 30, 35 of these hospital temples. So this is a real treat to see this one here. I always like seeing them. There's several in this region already, and over in Surin province, I've seen 4 or 5 over there in Surin. So there would have been an image right here. Now it's been replaced with some of the modern Buddhist stuff right here. And then this would have been all the laterite that would have went up to the point. It's just open now. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, these stones are just massive. I can't even imagine, you know, quarrying them, bringing them over here, carving them, and stacking them in place. They did that for this whole little building here. All right, let's take a look here at the library. And you can see how it would have been the lotus bud also. There's not much left, just the laterite base, the same sandstone doorways. All of these elements are here, they're just uncarved. There is a little bit of carving you can see right there on the bottom, but nothing that's exquisite like you see at some of them. And then there would have been an image in here. This would have been the library. And then the perimeter wall would have been carved, and they would have put, the top piece would have been kind of like a triangle. You can see how it looks right there. And then our last little bit that we're going to look at is this right here. So this is the top, and you can see it's uncarved also. And that would have been placed way, way up at the top. And you can see the faux doors here that would have been on the cardinal directions other than the east. And then the laterite stone base. Yeah, this is just an uncarved piece of sandstone, but you can see that it would have been the lotus bud shape. So I don't know if this was one that they started construction and it was kind of at the end of the Khmer's influence here and then this site was abandoned, or I just don't know enough about it, and I didn't see anything online talking about it other than that it was kind of removed from the main community here. Just imagine lifting up those heavy blocks up there. There was no cranes. They had to use elephants and manpower and build some hoists and get those up there. But pick up a ton block and put it up on the top of something, that's an impressive feat with the tools they had. And this is a crucifix style or pattern here, and these elements you see in all of the hospital temples. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this Khmer Arogyasala, this hospital temple from 1186. It's pretty cool. It's been renovated a little bit, but it's still in kind of a primitive shape. But you can see from all this, you know, structures around it with the modern Buddhist temple and like stairwells and all that to access it, that they still use it for, you know, ceremonies and special events and stuff like that. But it's a nice little bit of the region's history. Like I said, it dates back to 1186 under the reign of King Jayavarman VII. So hopefully you've enjoyed this temple, this Wat Ku Kantanam, or however you say it. I've enjoyed making it. I always enjoy seeing stuff like this. It's always great to see part of history. So if you enjoyed it, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then you get to see some more content like this. And if you have any questions or comments, or if there's anything else over here in Roi Et, Sisaket that you want me to see, tell me in a comment down below, and I'll go try to make a video of it or check it out. And until next time, from over here in Thailand, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.